This is day 537, the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you'd like to sponsor upcoming share or more, the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. Very greatly appreciated. Today we're doing Siman Shin Chaf Aleph on the test to Shin Chaf Beis Gimel. On the test. Close that, but well, we're obviously going on what we learned yesterday about grinding, mashing potatoes, eight poror. Anyway, he's going to explain. If you can eat without a grinding or smooth spreading, then you can spread it smooth. But if you can't eat without pshita, also it's obvious it's also perhaps there is no smoothing by food. Now hagam and ibu it's also no tanning by food. We come also rabbanon, yet nevertheless we asked the rabbanon, as we saw earlier. Even though according to Ram there also the issue is not ibud, but just that it's Sarah. Nevertheless, you're supposed to be machmir. Gam levad zeh kosar Rabbeinu Ramah b'sifti test. You come machmir b'machol shel tapuchim chadem mishdarka brach. Somebody who's machmir by apples, even though people make applesauce. Tavel bracha. V'om ragim heter laduach limach tavchenim v'shem b'shol. People are noig heter to smash and mash the potatoes in the chon. There are also the legumes in the chon. But this is a light smoothing. Mutar called this is permissible according to everybody. You're not allowed to peel, just generically, peel garlic and onion when you're peeling it in order to leave it for some later date. But to eat immediately it's permissible. And evidently peeling when it's not done on the altar is for immediate use is also a form of selecting a borer. Cutting with precision is an amalacha. Or somebody who cuts from the leather. Also come in order to make an amulet chayav. That's if you have in mind precise measure of length and width. And you cut with the intent you're doing malacha. But if you cut in a way which is obviously destructive, below so, or without any intent to make a specific measure, or just by just because that's what you're doing or playing, not deliberately cutting to the size. Putter, of course, but also a kotem is a kanaf, somebody who trims a quill. This is a derivative of mechatech. Somebody who scrapes the top of poles of cedar. Every piece which what's called a woodworker. There's a better word for it. The woodworker cuts from the wood, or a blacksmith from the metal. This is the specific size. It's liable because of mechatech akal. Mishkan they cut a lot, but cutting the hides, the karshim, mishkan, and the beams, the avanim and the stones, and the silver and gold. Somebody who saws wood in kotech. If you're cutting in precise size, because of mechatech. In the source, if you have in mind the sawdust, because you're grinding. Somebody rips up paper in order to cover a vessel. Or for wiping himself. He's allowed because of mechatech. Of course, if he does specific midah. So to somebody who rips a type of fabric, have his mind to tear it according to a specific measurement. Or anything similar. I feel Even if it's ripping for the purpose of rooting, Asim Rabbanan, it's forbidden Rabbanan, Kidding Kol Mekalim term, like all Mekalim, which are butter, Aval Asr, the Rabbanan, not the Raisa, obviously if it's Ochel or Shabbos, then we permit it. Memav, Isang Wara Chabile Seah Exovakonis, Mini Cushion, is the bundles of tough vegetables. If you run them into your house to use as fuel, you can't use them in Shabbos. And they're muktzah. Machal behema, if you bring them to use as animal fodder, muktzah mistapi ben b'Shabbos, use them in Shabbos. V'kola molel, b'roshe it's b'isa b'ochel, and you can rub it with the tips of your fingers and eat. Shemolel b'shavitim, you rub the pods, shazer b'tocho, in which the seed is to be found. As long as you don't do a lot, the way you would do on a weekday. Whereas Bar Cain Zeb Simon Shin you test the way explained the stama, Hare Kamo for Shmagabema. If it's not specified, we assume it's done for the eating of an animal. Which would be okay. If you before you rub it, when you come to cut off a little piece of it, you can cut off a piece and eat it, but then rubbing it as been explained. You shouldn't cut with a vessel like you do on a weekday. And it also looks a little bit like mechatech when you're cutting. Seems like you're cutting to a size measure. If you have in mind a specific measure when you're cutting these vegetables, these hard vegetables, that's absolute mechatech. Because the pods which you're cutting are just like plain wood. Mishnah Berurah says there's no prohibition by food, even if it's machal behema. So therefore, he seems to disagree and say even if you're giving a specific midah, it's still okay. Membase, Kamosha, I guess, or it looks like giving a specific midah. I don't know if you go as far as when your mamash giving a specific midah, but it's looking like a specific midah is not an issue. Mem base. Kamosha Marim Machik should be Kshiyochel below the aim of Zemshumachik. That's why he said by smoothing, like here without smoothing, it's not considered to be Machik. Kamochin so too Mutzor Ashkos is Tolush. You can put water on something which is severed from the ground. Hariyer Tolush, meaning a vegetable severed from the ground. Kadesh Lechmosh, in order that it shouldn't wilt. Came and Shu'il Achila below us, since you can eat them without this, it's a klum. That's not a problem. But if this is something which you can't eat without it, also, it's forbidden. If it has tzarech for the day, such as, of course, a salad you want to eat today, those who permit this, it's tzarech here. Vozdanis Shabbatim having mechubar. I guess it's a perforated flower pot, to say that effect. They're just sitting like mechubar. Shehem the kulim because they have a hole and they stand on the ground. But mashka or somebody puts beverages and liquids into them, and Shabbos chayav mishum chayav chatos because it goes through. Just like somebody who plants. V'yizboyer, but Simon Shalom Avah, but Siyat Shemaz will explain later on. Mem Gimel also those vash megared Shabbos now to honey from a comb on Shabbos, from a hive on Shabbos. Meisha domel tolish. It's like you're harvesting it. Even though the hive is not like earth. Like it says in Shvius. A beehive is not like the ground. But remember Shabbos potter, somebody who takes out honey from it on Shabbos is exempt. I sham a little cup to the Shabbos. Still, any potter Shabbos is potter also. That's only if the honey is clinging to the honeycomb. I mean, this should be both remember Yom was removed from before Shabbos began. Mutzi chalosh vash allowed to take the loaves of honey. The book said in order to eat the honey which is coming all out of those combs. Abel rascal, but to smash the comb, also that's rabbinic. Which time is Simon Shin Chaf. Ellie can decide to be with Yom unless it was already matched somewhere from before Shabbos began. The Oz Mutzi vash has men, in which case you're allowed to take the honey which flows from it. To take all of the blocks of honey to eat them, It's not because the burnish, because you're selecting it from the beeswax in which it's located. But also, kara 50 years of it. You're not allowed to strenuously mix eggs, which are in a plate. Shukran two schlagen air, beaten eggs, to silk of the chol. That is like weekday activity. The Mexican commercial wrote looks like you want to put them into a pot, live a shell to cook them. The Yeshu should cost those age of davar shay royal achlo, so which is not you can't it's not suitable for eating. Also, loso machina, you're not allowed to chew it with your mouth, mishum techina, because that's grinding. But davar tamur, this is astonishing. V'lo mistaber, cloud. You see, the Arukh HaShulchan rejects this. In other words, anything to do with teeth can't be considered to be grinding. It's too late in the process. Mishnah Berurah says, no, it's less with the Rabbanon, even chewing, in a way which can be considered grinding. Brackets Arukh HaShulchan says, Variety, so Shirima is the Dav Kuvam, the evidence which is brought by, I guess, in the Magen Avraham, who says that Machmir is from Dav Kuvam Gimel, the Mashalois, Machine of HaKamon, where a person chews, compared with Kamon, it's Kimmel, I think, with his mouth, Shapir Rashi, Bitam Koshev Shalosh Ros Mishaninon. Why do it with your mouth, not with your hand? Because you do it in Shina, you can't. But ain't okay. No, not true, says Arukh HaShulchan. The Zeguf of Shemashina about his Shinui. I skipped. Bim say ain't no Tchina, Lama Tzich Shinui. If you're going to say that it's not grinding to chop up this garlic, and why do you need a shinui? What's because I'm out to show? I show. Ain't okay. It's not a prep shot. There's a gufa hashin. Say gufa b'shinui have a shinui. You do it in your mouth. It's a shinui. The midoyim bina mutar chol Shabbos. The amar the char hamilahu. Oh, so he's talking about here kamon when you're using it as an herb after a bris milah. Okay, which is okay, obviously. Because I will chal Shabbos. Achamilo, como escreve the Gemara, ein shamituk. Mendal, Kosar Rabbeinu Beis says he was mutar associated molin. Shu yain yoshan dvashu pilpulin. It's a sign of sangria. I put together old wine, honey, and peppers. There's shashia. It's considered to be a drink. Beino sim alontis can make alontis shu yain yoshan umayim slulim, which is old wine, clear water, and shemen afar simon, and persimmon oil, which I believe is extinct nowadays, balsam oil, shula fruit, which is for healing, akal shono. The zeu bagmar, this is in Gemara and Shabbos. The choyin movement seems difficult. Hakol ochlin, ochel dem refuah. You like to eat any food for refuah. Become mashu shensfun. Drink anything for refuah. And then Ram Perka base, then you olive kikin zesh kosev she'ein zeroy lachilas prim. Healthy people can't eat it. Sick people can. So only for the purpose of curing and healing, we don't know what it's talking about anyway. You can't soak chiltis, which is a type of spice, low potion with something that with lukewarm water down into cold water. Which because normally you soak it in order to use it for. You can put this chiltis into your oil and dip your bread in it. Was soaking from yesterday. The chiltis was in this water from before yesterday. Mutar shows some Shabbos, and you're allowed to dip your bread into Shabbos. Lab before nami mashku, because even though it's not a four, even regards a four, he was regarded as a mashka. In Shazim and Yom Chamishi Yom Shishi, if you drank from it on a Thursday and Friday, but tzarich lishtos gam b'Shabbos, and you have to go on Shabbos mutar. This is part of the heter for antibiotics. We of course antibiotics or anything else you must take day after day after day. Hilchah mutar lishroso between if you can soak it in cold, release no bechama, put it in the sun. Yineshu sakonim lo yishteri matter whatever you need to do because sakonim doesn't drink from it. Agashon, if you like a chama, if you don't have the sun to heat it up. Mutar feel, or you can even use fire. There's sakana because there's danger involved. Can't say you do we don't know any such medications which require fire for this. L'sham v'gam zev Gemara sham. It's also the Gemara. V'sham word lo mari b'chol. That's not talking about a sick person. But Baal Michul talking about saying it's an ache. Sheish lo kfeidas alevi has heaviness to her arkan sham. There's a marchlo. It's not a disease. V'yosel lishtos of Shabbos. We will not be able to drink on Shabbos. And mishum lischil mikodem muchrach ligmar. Only when he started already, he has to finish. Because otherwise there's a sakon in this. So therefore, if you have a antibiotic or something which you take straight, that you're allowed to take it on Shabbos as well. Shincha base. Dine nolad upeo shal shmilon. Nolad and fruit which fell off a tree. The tikun clear klivati besamim. And fixing vessels and the spices for whatever purpose. V'chiluk manos l'bnei briso and distributing portions of members of his household. Ubo, etc. Okay, that's the topic of this sif. Aleph. Beitza shanoda b'yor Shabbos. The egg which is laid on Shabbos, asura people to not even to carry it. Not because of Nola. The declared so beyond the Shimon Shulchan. So no poskim it's related to Nola mutar b'Shabbos. Most poskim are of the opinion. Excuse me a second. Stops in here. Most of the opinion that Nola is permitted on Shabbos. So you don't have a problem. El tam before Bereish Beitza. Things that I'm paying out of Yontif. The Zel tam Gzeira Shabbos after Yontif. The Gzeira less to Shabbos of the times the Shabbos comes after Yontif. Because we hold Chol Mechin the Shabbos, a week they can prepare for Shabbos. Paying Yontif Mechin the Shabbos, Yontif cannot prepare for Shabbos. The Kol base of Yisrael the Idna, any egg which is laid today, smoke on below was completed yesterday. It's such Yontif Mechin the Shabbos, so it comes to Yontif prepare for Shabbos. If you go Guzzle Esla B'chol Shabbos, base of Shulabo. Because of that they made a decree every Shabbos on a egg which is laid on an egg which is baked. An egg which is laid on that Shabbos, that you can't use that on Shabbos. Shabbos because of the decree of Shabbos after Yontif. Base, what's up for illegal by not even to touch this egg? But avocado come muktzah mutter here, but I'm even any other muktzah you're allowed to touch. When some simon shinches come by base now is by an egg shiagula which is round with a cow tanu and very easily wobbles. From its place, also you know to touch. Then again to not nade. The managia is not nade. When you touch it, it's going to wobble. Mutter supposed to let clean. You can put it over a vessel so it shouldn't break. The kaima cleanita feel double shade or nita b'Shabbos because allowed to take a vessel, even for the purpose of something which itself might be muktzah on Shabbos and use it to save it. When you start about bait, so if egg got mixed up, I feel bad by TV in 1,000 eggs. Excuse me, asuras are all forbidden. And repito, they're not now can't be nullified. Kaima double shade mater. We held flame which was going to mutter imminently the next day, or such like. I feel bad about this. It's not about even 1,000. Basically, 2 times Motzei Shabbos. So you have to eat Motzei Shabbos. Feel busy the Rabbanan came even this Rabbanan we wait because she has it. Feels well actually. Even it's the Rabbanan, there's a concept of devastation material. But I feel something no Shabbos needs when even it's a something whether it was later on Shabbos it got mixed up. Talking about it, we don't say it's not fine, just wait. Push let me there simon kopek. The shalom amino, if it got mixed up min b'shalom ain't amino, but it was yishim. It's negated but 60 mashlam nishlam. They base the shalom Shabbos, so an egg which is laid on Shabbos, the shlam broke. The side of a chemon or chemon or stem and its yolk or its white got mixed up. Yachad. L'torah tavshim into cooked dishes. She'i avshar l'boron litlon, where you can't remove them. So then they negate in 60. We don't see that it's a double shishma. Wait till tomorrow. Gimel v'Shabbos yontav smuchim Shabbos yontav smuchim Shabbos yontav juxtaposed. In other words, that sort of said it's later one is the other. By the time it came, then yontav mechin Shabbos yontav. These are consistent. Any of these they compare with each other. Shabbos and Yontif. But based on Shalom Shabbos, the egg which is laid on Shabbos, Asura bo b'yom, it's usher during that day. But she goes avnu. She wrote clean b'yontav, also yontav. And she chayot the bear of Shabbos in the Natirah b'Shabbos. When yontav comes to Erev Shabbos, you're allowed to use on Shabbos. And he said the yontav bechin the Shabbos. Yontav is going to prepare for Shabbos. Kumar Kavan, the b'yontav placed Asura, since the yontav was forbidden. While Shabbos Tim Mutar is going to be prepared when you get to Shabbos. Hare Hechen Yontav is after the Shabbos. You have to prepare that should be lenient on Mutar on Shabbos. They have to make the Shabbos, and Yontav can't prepare for Shabbos. Bir Halacha writes it was laid on first day Yontav, which is 2 days before Shabbos. It's Mutar on Shabbos. It's interesting. V'chein Shabbos Shekayim Yontav. So Yontav is not making Shabbos. Shabbos Yontav. Shabbat says that Yontav Sheni, it's not a factor. Yontav Sheni, we're not concerned with any of these things.